James Kaufman, World News Report today, July 30th, 2025. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. This will be the third time I've attempted to get this message to y'all, and they continue to mess with the video. Why should Americans be concerned about the UK Online Safety Act and the EU Digital Services Act? I have two warnings about the UK Online Service Act and the EU Digital Services Act. These acts are blatant attacks on free speech and even have serious implications for American citizens. First, we'll listen to Anonymous and a PSA giving us a warning, and then we will hear how the UK and EU even have plans to go after American citizens with fines and possible jail time. Don't think you can post something on social media that the European powers don't agree with and then think you'll be going on vacation in Europe, as this could be a very long vacation. Remember, a bunch of unelected hacks in the EU and a bunch of power-hungry, screwballs in the UK. Let's listen.
Greetings, citizens of the world. This is Anonymous. We have been observing the recent implementation of the Online Safety Act in the United Kingdom. Let us be clear, this legislation was never about protecting people. It is a calculated attack on freedom, cloaked in the language of safety. Governments have always used fear to justify control, and this is no different. Since the act came into force, people across the United Kingdom have noticed that certain content, particularly videos deemed appropriate for older viewers, have disappeared from their social media feeds. This is not an accident. It is digital censorship, quietly implemented under the guise of protection. Those who have not submitted their personal data now face an online world filtered and sanitized, stripped of the right to choose what they see. One detail is especially revealing. The day after the act was enforced, widespread protests erupted across the UK. But if you tried to find them online, you couldn't. These demonstrations simply did not appear on the timelines of those who hadn't verified their identities. A coincidence? We think not. This law is being used as a tool to silence dissent and force compliance by demanding access to your identification. The people of Britain must ask themselves, is this the country we want to live in? A nation where you cannot speak your mind or witness real events unless you hand over your most personal data. Freedom of expression is not a luxury. It is a right. We are Anonymous. Expect us.
Just on the EU Digital Services Act, I'd feel remiss if I didn't mention that the EU commissioning body there threatened Elon Musk, a non-EU citizen, talking to Donald Trump,
a
non-EU citizen,
during the campaign in October,
and threatened them specifically not to talk about the unrest, the street protests in the UK at the time. The UK is no longer a member of the EU, so the EU was threatening, and today we're hearing they're threatening $1 billion in fines against X for non-compliance with disinformation. And we've seen the head of their commission target non-EU citizens talking to non-EU citizens about non-EU territories. And so this is just one of these things as this code becomes mandatory in July, to know that the State Department is focused on protecting free speech both within and without is I think, an important thing.
Well, just beyond Elon, if a country or a group of countries, in the case of the EU, although it considers itself sort of a country because these countries have, given over a significant amount of sovereignty in order to become a member of the EU, when you have foreign entities taking actions that go after Americans for speech,
yes,
that becomes a foreign policy irritant for the United States, and more than an irritant, it becomes an impediment in some cases to cooperate when they're going not just after a high-profile person like Elon, but anybody for that matter. I mean, I think if you extend this out, you could see it, threatening commentators, threatening people that are opining about world events.
Remember, our information might be their misinformation or disinformation. They only want complete control over how you think, what you say, and what you do. As far as the EU, those are a bunch of unelected hacks. And obviously the UK has been taken over by far left liberal losers. I know the people in the UK are not happy about their current situation, and they must get rid of their current government by any means necessary. If not, we might as well all just move to China. God bless. Please share and subscribe. And remember, this is my third cut. And they tried to screw it up as well, because anything's possible in Bizarro World.